Hi there, welcome back to the channel. So, I've got all my Strat parts, I believe. I'm going to assemble everything and then send it off to Toby. He's going to help me. Toby was the builder, Toby Russell, the builder of this amazing Strat body. And I had trouble drilling this hole here because this wood is so freaking dense and my tools suck. And I suck at doing this. I hate drilling things. So he's going to drill that. He's going to set up my bridge and drill the 6 holes here because man, this wood is hard. He's going to drill that and make sure that everything's lined up, and that's something a pro can do way better than I can do. He will also, this has pilot holes, the neck does, but he'll line it up properly. It fits in there so beautifully, and then he'll drill these holes. I'm scared of this right here. I don't want to mess up the alignment, I don't want to mess up this neck, and I don't want to mess up this body. So the pro from Dover takes over. Okay, so and then he'll do the 2 screws here and probably fix some of the little blemishes that I did. And we're going to open up the routing so that it's easy to drop any kind of pickguard in here. Maybe like a humbucker here, or just open up these really nicely so that you don't ever have that, because most guys could quickly open these holes up, but I'm not most guys. I went and bought a cheap little Dremel thing that was like a generic one. Literally broke apart in my hands while I was trying to do it. Like such a piece of garbage. So cheap tools equal garbage. Alright, so and the shellacking that I was doing, you can see it's starting to really build up a nice little finish, especially like right through here. There's some dry spots like right here, like a dry spot here. So I'll probably do like 4 or 5 more coats just to get it completely uniform. And I really buffed it down so it left those dry spots, so it's time for another coat. But I figure why continue shellacking it when Toby's going to have to put it on his bench and it's going to be it's going to get not sanded, but routed, and there's going to be dust flying, and so I'll just let him finish, and then I'll go back, do my steel wool, buff it down, add another coat, 4 or 5 coats. Then once we get to the 4 or 5 coats point with sanding in between, light sanding like 1000 grit, the quadruple 4 steel wool maybe to knock it down, and you just keep building and building, polishing as you go, and then eventually it's a microfiber job where you just sit and polish it until you get it beautiful, and then you just put a little wax on it and you're done. Buff it out and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to look just like the sparkle of a fender, but it'll be a clear gloss to show you this beautiful wood and this beautiful job that Toby has done and continues to do. Okay, so here's all the stuff I got. So I got the neck. It's beautiful roasted maple Pa Ferro neck. I bought this from Gear Tree. They gave me a discount. It was $279, and I think it ended up being $300 on the nose with shipping, whereas everywhere else I was seeing it for $299. So thank you, Gear Tree. So there's that, and this thing is nice. There's no like fret sprout on it. Feels really smooth. I'm not sure if these frets are perfectly level. I haven't checked. I'm sure they're level enough for me. I don't really play with super low action, and I'm not that picky about the fretboard. I probably will get pickier once I understand what it does, and because I keep finding new things that I understand better, and their applications from my playing and my tone that I want to improve upon. So, but it looked, you can buy this with all confidence. And the great thing is it's a Fender. So if you put it on your guitar, if you find a Fender body, you've got a Fender guitar. If you get a body of some kind, you can always take this off. If you don't want to sell the whole guitar, you could always take the neck off and sell it quickly. This stuff goes fast. If it says Fender on it and you've got it slightly used or whatever, it's the way to go. Okay, so I've gotten couple things. I'll get into that later. Next, I'll just get into I think this is the tuners. And what I chose, it recommended you use modern tuners with this, unless you want to get into more drilling, which I do not. And I think I got the right ones. I'm not 100% sure. But I chose Staggered tuners, and once again, this is Fender, genuine Fender. Got this from, I don't think I bought this from the Stratosphere. I got this from American Musical Supply. And I've used them a few times in the past, and they had a really good price on this, and they shipped really quickly. I like them. They seem like they're not as massive as some of the chains. There's some kind of chain, but they just seem a little more personalized. So this is the modern tuners. They look really good. And they're staggered because I want to try to avoid string trees. Now I might end up with one. I might end up with one between the B and the A. And I think I want to do like the vintage 50s round one, and I think it came with some of this stuff. It's going to be in here. So I'm going to do staggered and get Toby's advice on whether I can avoid string trees completely. Put the one little 50s round one because I think it looks cool. I like some of the vintage touches as far as aesthetics with the modern feel. Just because I'm not as great of a player as guys who play these older necks that they have the 725 radius. You really got to be able to bend. Okay, so there's that. I think that's going to go great with it. It's a modern look. I don't love vintage tuners for whatever reason on Fenders. I don't know why. I like just this kind of modern thing, and I think it matches the neck. And the guitar is going to be a modern guitar with modern type of approach, but vintage accoutrements. You know, like the 8-ply. The 1-ply H-screw pickguard I'm going to put on it. Blah blah blah. So here's the tuning machine heads, and then let's see what's in this little baby. This came from Plus Music Products. I bought it on eBay, Plus Music Products, and they shipped really quickly. I mean, I think this was like 2 days. So thank you, company. All right. Oh, and this are some black pickup covers in case I find a white pickup to change out the bridge. I'm using a black pickguard, so I've got some black pickup covers. So that's kind of cool. Might not even use them on this build, but it's a nice thing to have, especially with Strats. If you're going from black to white on the pickguard and you want to have a certain color, it's really easy to switch it out. Everything is mutable with a Strat. That's what I love about it. Okay, so there's that. A couple small things. This is the big delivery from the Stratosphere. And once again, I ordered it at the beginning of the week and got it by the end of the week. So they're good for, their shipping is usually like 2 to 5 days, which I think is quite good. It's just reliable, you know. Let's see, these usually have like a pull on them. Or maybe this is a different one. I ship a lot of stuff to the post office, so I'm familiar with their boxes. I'll just kind of, it doesn't have the pull tab, so I'll just kind of rip it up here and cut it here where the tape is. Alright, let's see what's in here. A couple of nicely bubble wrapped items, 2 or 3. I like that. It's just, you know, being careful with shipping. Not everybody is on eBay. So that was just some extra padding. Make sure the box is empty. Nice. Put that on the bottom where it counts. And then everything else is wrapped up really nicely. I like this company. Okay, this is a vintage neck plate. It's got the vintage, see, that's what I'm talking about, little vintage aesthetics with basically a modern guitar with a modern neck, 12-inch radius. I think it might be a 10-inch radius. So check that out. I like that. I like just the old school spaghetti F. That's cool. Another neat element. Let's see what else here. The big package I think is going to be the loaded pickguard. And this thing, I forgot what this is. Oh, and is there something else hiding over here? Yeah. What is this little thing? Oh, cool. Output jack. This is a 50s style output jack. Or this is just a standard Bodek. I can't remember which one I ordered. I'll tell you later, but looks good. I mean, it is what it is. It's just an output jack. Not the most exciting part, but incredibly essential. Alright, and so let's see what this baby is here. I bet it's the pickguard, or the loaded pickguard. Now, it's far as pickups, I haven't really talked about that yet. This is the first Strat I ever really rocked. So I love these pickups. It has these Affinity Squire, and it's only in the Affinity, I think. They don't put them in the Bullets. The Bullets just has the one ceramic magnet. But this has the two magnets on the side. One magnet going this way, one magnet going that way with the pull pieces in the middle. Very similar. It's basically the P90 design. It's not the same housing. Part of what makes P90 sound the way it sounds is because of the soap bar, the housing. So you don't get that, but it's the same technology, and these sound amazing, especially if you're like a loud rock, distorted rock player. Like a blues guy, maybe not. You might want Alnico. But for me, I play like a lot of just like heavy rhythm, and I want it to distort, you know, and have good gain and output through my 18 watt. And so I could pop one of these out or buy a loaded, I saw a loaded pickguard for one of these for like $9, and you could just raid the pickups out of it, and I've got my little covers. That's the cheap way to do it. Like I said, I don't know enough about Fender pickups to go out and buy like expensive boutique pickups. I don't know enough about single coils in general. My experience has been with humbuckers, P94s typically, and this is my first brush with single coils, and I love them. I love P94s and I love P90s, but I love them. It's more erratic tone. It's got more edge on it. You know, it's less compressed, less controlled. And I like that element. There's some anarchy involved. So, and the same thing goes for these ceramic pickups, and I lift them up really high. So instead of getting like a mellow blues tone on the bridge, I'm looking for like rock. And then I'll probably leave the other two as Alnico so I can get some of those other Strat flavors that everybody talks about. So the reason I did such a bland pickguard, you know, keep the budget down, and B, because I'm not sure what I want to do yet. And I don't know what, I might hear these and go, you know what, that's good enough for me. I'm not a pickup mania. I don't have to have, you know, like the most boutique pickups. I've found that there's so many other factors than just how it was wound for the sound of your guitar that I haven't gotten fully into like spending tons and tons of money on pickups yet. And eventually I would like to learn how to wire them. It doesn't seem very hard to do. It's just time consuming, and I think that would be an interesting project. So, man, that looks nice. I like it. It's very shiny. So I chose this as a 8 screw. 1, 2, 3, yeah. This is the old vintage 50s way. I just think it looks cool. And I noticed on the Squire, and this pickguard's even thinner. Yeah, this one's like a 3-ply, and I really think that having less pickguard could make for an interesting sound when you're playing it acoustically, which I do a lot. That's where I kind of figure out my tone, is just by sitting around playing it. So I do think sometimes they're different from other people. The people that say, oh, it's all going to sound, it's the amp and the pickups. That's true for them, but for me, I'm hearing other stuff. Okay, so let's just see what happens when you put it on there. It's going to look good. Here, let me just show it to you. It's just your basic black Fender pickguard. It's not officially Fender. It's some kind of light, you know, it could be Ping, but it's Ping. I bet you it's Ping. If they make pickups, I'm not totally sure. They make everything else Fender. Yeah, I think it's Ping. Okay, so yeah, he's going to, this one fits better than the white one did, you can tell. Oh wow, this almost drops in. So he's going to clean up that routing for me so that I can just drop in anything, but look how cool this looks. Yeah, I think black is the way to go. Let me see if I can see it. Yeah, it just looks really cool. Just looks nasty, mean. But I did kind of like the white, but I think black matches the mineral deposits and the limba. I just think it does. And then the other thing is I think it's going to be a good match for this neck. Yes, it looks fantastic. You can see in this mirror. Wow, that's cool. Check it out. Kind of awkward the way I'm holding it, but I'm trying to hold all the pieces together and not let anything fall apart. But I think that's going to work. Very cool looking guitar. Okay, there's that. Okay, what else do we have in here? Let me put this over here, put the body back down before something stupid happens. I just bonked this neck, but luckily nothing stupid happened there. Let's see what's, oh yeah, output jack in here. And I still probably have a couple of straight pieces coming in. I've got the little piece that, the string retainer, the little 50s one. Okay, so here's all the stuff for the claw. This is the vintage, this is the trim. Hold on, I'll just bring it closer to the camera. And if you're wondering, if you saw the title and it mentioned Stratosphere, and you're wondering about them, man, I really like that company. They ship quickly, and the stuff is always what it's supposed to be. You know, there's no screwing around. Man, this is nice. I've messed around with a lot of Squier trims, because like I said, my Strat experience has mainly been with Squiers. And they're not used, this is steel. So part of what's happening with trims, and I'll tell you why I'm going vintage trim. The reason is because my experience with the Squier is such that I learned how to set this up. And I know it's difficult to do, not everybody has success with that. So I was really excited. Kind of just messed around with it. And it was all about making sure these screws down here weren't too tight so that the thing can pick up. If you're screwing around too hard, you don't get any lift. So I figured that out. You relieve the tension. And then it's a matter of going back and forth with your claw adjustment, either going into the body or away from the body as you go sharp or flat. So if you're going pushing down and you're going sharp, you need to relieve a little tension. If you're going flat, more tension. And you have to kind of play with it, because I could say that and be a little off. Once you get into it, you'll see. But I decided, and it stays in tune, and I don't dive bomb like a Floyd Rose much. I do use the trim a lot. I don't stay away from it. I use it. I just don't go boom all the way to the, I'm not looking for floppy strings, you know. And so the amount of trim that I get from a vintage trim is the amount I need and that I prefer. I like the way it looks better, and I know that I can set it up. If I put something else on there, I'm going to have to learn how to do that, and I may never be as successful as I've been with this. Plus, aesthetically, once again, some aesthetics from the original 50s look, all the while being more of a modern player with the neck. So there's the, and that's just going to look terrific. You can also go gold with this guitar, but I've already got a guitar with gold hardware, and it's kind of a thing, you know, like you like it when you have it on there, but sometimes you look at it and go, wow, what would this look like if it wasn't gold? So I'd rather just look at it already not gold. But this is really nice, and it was like 29 bucks or something. I mean, come on, really good. So hooray for the Stratosphere, I like them. And you know, here's the spring set. You get, see, I got 3 springs, which is typical. No, I got 2 springs. 3 springs. 3 springs, which is typical. The actual claw itself. And then the installation screws. And then you, of course, you get the little trim arm, which is just, it's still just so classic and just so right. I like the way it's shaped too. It has a different bend. This one has the bend at the top. This one has more of the bend on the side. It's cool. It's nice to have a little pop of white there too. And you could always get an arm with a black handle on it. I might do that just to match up with the black aesthetic. But one other little thing I bought, I've already opened that up. I did another little video about it. The TBX tone control thing. This is the little Clapton mod. And Clapton used the same amp that I use. It was called mine's an 18 watt head with 4 speakers and a 4x12. He used the Blues Breaker version, the combo version of the 18 watt. You would basically do the same thing I do. You completely turn it all the way up. That's the Cream sound. Maybe his years with John Mayall and the early Yardbirds recordings that he plays on, I believe, were done either with Fenders, but I know he played that. I know in Cream for sure he played the 18 watt. And one of the things he got into with his Strats, I think this is later, and I'm less familiar with Clapton after Cream. My Clapton years are the really early years, like Yardbirds, Cream. This thing here is a Clapton deal. He played through an 18 watt like I do, especially in the Cream years. I don't know when he adopted this little idea, but it's kind of cool because the pot is a stacked 250, 500K pot. So I can't remember how it works exactly, but you can go to 500K and get more, like you can either use it for leads, like as a boost, kind of like a built-in boost pedal, or you can get like a gnarlier gain on your rhythm and then roll it back for other stuff. It's really cool. I don't know if I'll love it or not, but I figured it was like $8 or something. I mean, it was like a $13, the Stratosphere. And so, let me see if it has a price on it. No. But it was something like that. Cheap, under $20, way under $20. And you get the whole kit. It comes with the capacitor and mounting rings and whatnot. And then you get this little white with gold script pot. Volume knob. So tone knob, sorry. So I may replace the tone knob with the white one and have like a little color pop there. That could be kind of cool. Yeah, I'm definitely, now that I'm looking at it, I probably will get a black tip whammy bar to match up. Although, I don't know, maybe the white will be cool. Yeah, a little pop of white will be cool. And the white to match, yeah, that would be cool. So like I'll have, so picture the body here. I got our pickguard in place. Like so. Drop this in. This goes on. No, I don't have the block in yet. Okay, so this, got that. Try to hold the whole thing together and show you kind of what it'll look like as a finished product. So that's kind of cool. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah. Look in the mirror here. Oh yeah, it's going to look really cool. I think it's going to need a black tip. I just think that looks kind of funky. Let's see if I can carefully get over there holding all this together. I think a black tip is better. Although there is the white nut, I don't know. It just kind of stands out too much. So, that's it. Now, what's missing? The little round string retainer thing. I'm going to have Toby put that on for me if he thinks I need one. Because remember, I did get the Staggered tuners. What's this up here? Did I forget to open this? No. So, anyway, good marks for the Stratosphere, another A+ for them. Everything arrived in good condition. Oh, is that scratched? No, it's just a piece of tape or something on there. Oh, it's the whole cover. Duh. Okay, so everything comes like it's supposed to. It's all in good shape, good condition. I'm happy. Beautiful. Got here quickly. What more can you ask for? And I'll probably put Born mini pots in here because I like them so much. And yeah, this is awesome. I'm into it. And like I said, this is a good modding platform because I could pop out the bridge here. Probably won't ever worry about these. I don't play until I get really understanding what's going on with the Strat. Right now, I don't know enough about Strat pickups to decide what it is that I really want or like, if that makes sense. But here's the guitar. I think I made good choices. I think it's going to be a really cool Fender Strat build with this amazing Carina body, which I think is going to make the biggest impact on the tone, is this right here. This is it. And it's just beautiful. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope my little project will help you with your projects, maybe give you an idea of how to sort some stuff out. So anyway, have fun and keep building. Alrighty.